From the picturesque Pacific Northwest and the city of Seattle, welcome inside Lumen Field, where all the 12s make it at home for the Seahawks. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the New Orleans Saints and the Seattle Seahawks.
Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Mike Tirico next to the great tight end, Greg Olsen. Glad you are joining us for this one. And we are underway in the Pacific Northwest. Now an opening past the 30. A very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. On the ground for the first time, this is Alvin Kamara. That lane closes quickly. A pickup of 3. Byron Murphy there on the stop.
Okay, right.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. Another run here with Kamara. Finds room inside the 40. And he will go all the way. Alvin Kamara, touchdown Saints. That's his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. Well, fireworks right out of the gate here, Greg. It only takes 2 plays to put 6 on the board, and they do it with a big touchdown.
Mike, each week when we talk to teams, they emphasize how important it is to get off to a fast start. Well, this team, they took it to a new level. 2nd play of the game, big touchdown, they strike first.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. On the return, it's Rashid Shaheed. And he can only get back to the 16-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first down 10. Their 16-yard line.
Hurry up and get your muscle up, we up the plyometric. Ran up by the Lux, and that's up the highest metric. The city just made it sweet, you could diabetic. They mouth get full of deceit, let these cowards tell it. Walking New Orleans with the etiquette, the LA yelling. Second bad, but somebody gotta do it. Got my foot up on the gas, but somebody gotta do it. Turn his TV off, turn his TV off. Turn his TV off, turn his TV off.
First carry now for Kenneth Walker. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
From the shotgun, here's Darnold. Outright Smith and Jigba has it. He is knocked down hard. Wow, they stopped him in his tracks, but he does have enough to pick up the first down.
Let's go now.
At the 27-yard line.
On the zone read, this is Milrow. The defense not biting. They stay at home. They tackle him for no gain.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 4.
It's 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. Hunt brings it in left side. And he's out of bounds. A close to the 45-yard line. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. First down, Seattle.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
Not much there, maybe a yard. From the 46, here's 2nd and 8.
At the 46-yard
Off the play fake, here's Milrow. Right side, hauled in by Cotter. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. They hook up again, second time on this drive. And this one's good for 18 yards and a first down. The run up the middle, it's Walker. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
We spent so much time, Mike, talking about these defensive backs and their ability in pass coverage, but when you also have a defensive back that can make plays in the run game, especially behind the line of scrimmage, man, those guys are just so hard.
And he will go down here, but there is a marker on the field, and the defense may have gotten a head start on that one. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down and 7. We'll keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
Throwing on 3rd down is Darnold. That'll be intercepted. Picked off by their rookie corner. And the Saints are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on 4th down. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10.
Yellow, 22. Ready?
From the gun, here's Rattler. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
And that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike, make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point, and does a great job forcing the incomplete pass.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They'll have the first down. It's a gain of 28.
One of the things that makes him one of the best receivers in the NFL, Mike, is his ability to create separation downfield. He makes it so easy for his quarterback to not only find him, but to constantly create a nice throwing window like he did right there.
And that's incomplete. They couldn't connect. And that's how this first quarter will come to an end. It's the Saints with the football here as quarter 2 begins. They've got it with a 2nd down and 10.
Set, cut. Black 40. Watch out now. 62. Cut, cut.
They'll try to throw it again. Here's Rattler. That one out wide for Kamara. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
Now a 3rd and 2.
Cut, cut.
A fake to Kamara, and now Rattler. Out to his right. Taking off, he'll try to get there. What a great gainer that is. He runs it down to the 5. That is a big gainer for the Saints. 36 yards. 5 yards from the house. They've got it 1st and goal.
Ready, ready. 33, yellow.
Morrell in motion.
Ready?
Off play action. Here's Rattler. This one caught at the floor. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
Brings up second.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
And he's going to be swallowed up, taken down, sacked, back at the 5.
The quarterback forced out.
So 3rd and goal inside the 5, Mike. Defensively, what you're trying to do is, of course, keep them out of the end zone. But the second step is don't allow them to have any decision about whether or not they want to go for it on 4th down. So now after that sack,
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
let's give a lot of credit to this defense, Mike. They've got their backs on their own goal line, and they completely buckle down here in the low red zone. I mean, this pass rush, they've completely changed the scope of this possession, and now brings up 4th and goal. It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Here comes the all-pro returner from last year, Rashid Shaheed. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
To throw on 1st down is Darnold. He lets one go, looking for Shaheed. And that is incomplete.
They're trying to take the top off the defense, make them feel that vertical threat, and soften everything up. Wasn't a ton of separation downfield, at least not what they would have preferred, and ends it up being a wasted down.
Now a pitch to Walker. Room to run at the 40. Angling to the sideline, inside the 35. And they're not going to run him down. He goes all the way. 71 yards. Touchdown, Seattle.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back. Even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan, everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10.
Down.
Back to throw is Rattler. That one caught Devon Valen. And they're going to get this all the way up close to the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 20. That's good for a Saints. First down.
Go.
It's a gain of
52.
20. First down.
Rattler going to throw on 1st down. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. 17 yards as they hook up again and pick up the 1st.
Saints. First down.
Let's go now.
1st and 10 at
Ready?
the 43-yard line.
They'll go play action here with Rattler. That one out in front of his big target. They cannot connect. And it falls incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up the key 3rd down?
He'll try to push forward. He'll wind up getting 3 yards with that one. Linebacker Ernest Jones ends that play. Third and 6.
Ready. Hut.
Shotgun snap here for Rattler. Oh, he's going to be followed up and taken down. They got him. Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds.
At their own 36-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 36.
Come on, come on. Hey, Cowboy 80. Ready?
They'll go play action with Milrow. Taking the deep shot for Smith and Jigba. It's a big return. He finally tackled right near midfield.
Ready. Fight.
On first down, they'll start out with Kamara. He'll get this ahead for about 3. Kevin Witherspoon up from the secondary to make the play. Second and 7.
Brings up second and 7.
Let's go. Set. Go.
Out of the gun, Rattler. And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete. Javon Vele was the intended target. And it's going to bring up a third down.
30. Ready?
Out of the shotgun, it's Rattler. That's over the middle and intercepted. And he's going to give his guys a short field to work with and a chance to take the lead.
The Seahawks take over.
The best way, Mike, for a defense to bait these bad throws is don't allow the quarterback to throw the ball to their first read. By the time he gets to the third or fourth read, in this case, the defender has already put himself in position, jump that route, challenge the receiver, and that's a big-time takeaway.
So now the Saints will use the first of their 3 timeouts, and they'll get together prior to the second down play. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
And when you look down the field, Mike, there's just really nobody creating any real separation. And instead, he tries to give one of his guys a 50-50 contested catch opportunity. But with the coverage as tight as it was, it just falls incomplete.
From the gun, on third down, it's Darnold. It's complete. He's got cover. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. A huge play just before the half. 36 yards. To throw is Darnold. He's got it at the 3. Go. Now here's second and goal. Walker. And he'll go down back at the 4-yard line. Timeout Seahawks. That is their second. Clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
It makes sense on second and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have third down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here on third and goal. We're starting to see a lot of this on third down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these third down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball. In this case, it falls incomplete, brings up fourth down.
Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks will level the score at 10 apiece.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
To return, it's Kendre Miller. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. first down. Now here's another ball that's intercepted.
The Seahawks take over first down.
And while the defender is going to get credit for the pick, Mike, I think he needs to go up on the sideline and thank his pass rush because they forced that bad throw. That is the perfect example of when the front pass rush and the back end coverage work together. Man, that was big-time ball.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Seahawks going to take the lead. It's now 13-10. Points, all that separates these two sides as half number 2. Kicks off. Shaheed now to return it. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over.
Take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll go play action with the... Oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
And it might have taken longer than they would have liked, but that's the first sack of the game, and it came at the perfect time. This defense desperately has to get off the field, and that play gets them a lot closer to doing so.
There's a short one taken in by Varner. Get about 6 before he's taken down.
The drag route. We used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
A tough spot here. 3rd and long.
Here goes that.
On play action, here's Darnold. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there. And they force 4th down. So it's 4th down. The Seahawks send out the Aussie Michael Dixon to punt. Deep to return, it's Dante Pettis. And that's going to bounce out of bounds, giving them a short field to work with here.
Seahawks 46-yard line.
Here we go. Cut.
On 1st down, here's Rattler. Flushed to his left. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up 2nd down.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
It's going to be 3rd. They need 1.
Striker. 3-3. Cut.
Working out of the gun, here's Rattler. He's into space past the 25. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. It's a gain of 29. And it's 1st and goal.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
On the run to the right.
It's a nice job here defensively. Down here tight, it's easy to be so concerned about stopping the pass that you lose sight of the quarterback when he decides to become a runner. Not the case here. Picks up a little positive yardage, sets up 2nd and goal.
Now a toss, running left with Kamara. And this defense trying to stiff it. He gets back to the line, and that is it. 3rd and goal coming up.
So on 2nd down, they try to hammer it in on the ground, Mike, but now on 3rd and goal, I don't think you have any choice but to put this ball in your quarterback's hands and test this defense through the air.
53. Ready?
They'll try to throw it. Here's Rattler. He pulls it in around the 5.
Great coverage coverage here defensively. Not only the ability to take away all the end zone targets from the quarterback and force him to check the ball down to the back on the swing, but then also the pursuit to the ball carrier to keep him short of the end zone. So touchdowns are always the primary goal of every drive. But when you find yourself down 3 here in the second half, you've just got to find a way to tie the game up. And they were able to do that here.
Shaheed now to return it. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Throwing on first and 10 is Darnold. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. To Mario Davis, getting in there to bring him down. His first sack of the season.
This is a great example of the game within the game. They're making what they call Mike declaration, and that's what sets the responsibilities of all the protectors. And in this case, the Mike was the one who came. He's unblocked, and he's able to get home.
And some good blocking at the point of attack. A pickup of 7, and it brings up third down. They'll stop it here. We have an injured Saint on the play. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Third and long.
Yo, lady. Here we go, son. Here we go, young lady. Lady.
Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. He lets one go, looking for Shaheed. And the Saints will have great field position as they take over at their own 45.
If you're going to run this route against quarters coverage, Mike, you have to do a better job of running the route flatter. The quarterback is going to trust that you are going to uncover right when that guy comes out of his break, but he rounds the route just a little too much and ends up being a costly mistake.
Not much happening there, just a short game. It is second and 9.
Ready.
Second and 9.
A play fake. They'll throw with Rattler. Man, down the field, it's Olave. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line. That pickup good for 29 yards. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. A lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Second and 10.
30.
On the give, this is Kamara. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready.
The crowd making their presence felt. This is third down. Trying to drive his way forward. I'm not sure he got there. Going to depend on the mark, but yeah, he's short. Short, and it's fourth down. Oh, no, he missed it. Not more than a chip shot, but it's no good. And this is going to stay a tie game here in the fourth. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Going to lose a yard.
It's a loss of 2.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, There was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
And he might have waited just a bit too long there as he throws it incomplete. Looking to set up the screen, but the defense wouldn't give him the time.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Ready? Like it.
On third down, Milrow. This is intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And he's going to give a short field to his offense here as they try to break the tie.
Ready? Ready?
They're going to toss it now to Miller. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. On the handoff, this is Miller. Maybe a couple there. It's third down.
DeMarcus Lawrence on the stop. It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's third down.
Here we go. Here we go. Yellow, 43. Cut.
Operating from the gun, it's Rattler. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there. And you just have to wonder what that'll do to the energy levels on both sidelines. I mean, you got a chance to break the tie here late, but he just can't connect.
On first down, it's Milrow. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. Work to do now as they come up on second and long. From the gun, it's Milrow. Goes down to his left.
Initially, they do a really nice job taking away his first and second read, but what they fail to do is account for him as a runner. He ends up making something positive out of a play that initially didn't look like it had much of a chance.
Throwing on third down is Darnold. Take a shot. Downfield, looking for Cup.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see. Can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
Let's go. Set.
Throwing on first down, it's Rattler. Moving outside the pocket. He'll get rid of it and complete it. He's inside the 30. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 81 yards. Touchdown, New Orleans. Greg, every touchdown counts the same, but the ones you get in the fourth quarter, they are the ones that feel a little more important.
Yeah, now that pressure shifts to your defense, your offense was able to go out and get the lead here late. Does your defense have enough left in them to get one more stop?
His kick is good. Makes the score Saints 20, Seahawks 13.
So the lead is 7 now. Here in this fourth quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. Shaheed now to return it. And he'll manage to get this back only to about the 20-yard line.
On the return, the Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Darnold to throw on first down. Again, working deep downfield. And the Saints are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
So all game, we've seen him take the approach as just being a game manager. But one thing you have to do, if that's the case, is you have to protect the ball. You can't turn the ball over, especially if you're struggling to push the ball downfield. He got a little reckless that time, and defense made a pay. So these situations, Mike, are always very tricky for a play caller. Of course you want to keep the clock moving. You're just trying to run the game out and maintain this lead, but you also don't want to become overly predictable. So with the defense just selling out to stop the run, I think they have to mix in a few high completion percentage passes to just at least keep them off balance.
He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to third down.
A gain of 5 brings up 3rd and 6.
Ready. Ready.
They'll drop to throw. Open receiver, it's Pettis. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
22 yards.
1st and 10.
Saints, first down. A gain of 22 yards.
They work the inside this time with Neal. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. If he gets a yard out of that one, it's 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They'll motion their tight end Johnson. Again, up the middle with Camara. And he's able to sidestep his way forward and pick up 4. And play halted for a moment. We have an injured Seahawk player. That is a worrisome development here late in the game.
On the ready.
This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down.
Black 40.
Shotgun snap here for Rattler. He's got his man complete to Johnson. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a 1st down.
And that 1st down should all but do it, Mike. With only 1 remaining timeout, the defense just can't stop the clock enough. Got to imagine it's victory formation. We're a couple needles away from this game being over.
So this one a win for the visiting Saints. And it was their defense that led the way as they pitched a shutout in the 2nd half. No points allowed, and they cruised to victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.